Hi, and welcome to day 6 of Bookmas. So today we're going to do the most anticipated reads of next year. So all of these books will come out next year here in Belgium, and I can't wait to read them. So the first to come out is Fireblood by Ellie Blake. It's the sequel for the Frostblood series. So first you have Frostblood that is come out this year. You have Fireblood that will come out next year. And the last one is Nightblood, will probably be out in 2019. So in Frostblood we follow Ruby, who is a Fireblood. She has the capability to control fire, and she lives in a world where there's only Frostbloods, so people who can control frost. She is discovered and she is protected by a rebellion against the Frostblood king because he has become overtaken by power and they want to have a new king on the throne. So in the next book we follow Ruby after the events in Frostblood, where the Frostblood throne has been destroyed. So Fireblood is already out at the moment, but not in the cover that I want, so I'm going to wait until that one is out. That's sadly only in May of next year. The second book I'm excited for is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So The Cruel Prince is about Jude and her two sisters who get taken by fairies to live in their courts, and she is jealous of them and she wants to be one of them. So I think it will be an exciting read because in my eyes it would be very cool that if you discover that fairies are real and you can live with them, I would also be jealous. Cruel Prince will be released the 2nd of January for next year, so we don't have to wait very long for that one. The third book that is coming out next year that I really want to read is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. This is a book about Theodasia, or Theo. Her mother, the queen, is being murdered when she is 6, and she has to live at the court of the Kaiser and his son the prince. As long as she behaves, the Kaiser will protect her because she is the princess of the last king and queen, and she has a nickname, the Ash Princess. So we see her evolve and trying to get revenge at the persons who murdered her mother, but at the same time she falls in love with the prince and it's conflicted by her feelings of love and revenge. Ash Princess will be released the 24th of April in 2018. Okay, so the fourth book is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah Yemas. This one I can't wait for to come out. I hope it's everything we wanted from Sarah Yemas, and I'm sure it will be. So this one will follow after the events of A Court of Rings and Ruin, which is the last one in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. So A Court of Frost and Starlight will be a novella, so it's an accompanying novella to the series, and we will follow Farah and Rysand after the war. And I just can't wait until we get a cover reveal for this book. I was very excited when they revealed the title as well, because my YouTube channel and my blog is also called The City of Starlight, named after the city Velaris, or the City of Starlight, in the Court of Thorns and Roses books, and it's just so cool to see that they incorporated this in the next novella. So the novella will be out in May of next year. There isn't really a set date yet for this one. Okay, so the fifth book on my list is Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard. So this book will follow the events after King's Cage, so where the revolution has reached its peak and they are trying to put Kyle on the throne instead of his brother Maven. So we will follow Mayor Barrow in this revolution once again. This book will be out the 29th of May in 2018. And lastly on my list, it's the second book in the Caraval series, Legendary by Stephanie Gaber. So I really liked Caraval when I read it this year, and the second book will follow Donatella after the events of the traveling circus Caraval. So she has struck a deal with Legend, the master of Caraval, and we will follow her through it all. So I'm very excited to see what kind of deal she made with him to ensure that her sister and herself could join Caraval and everything that happened afterwards. This book will also come out the 29th of May for next year. Okay, so that was my list of anticipated reads for next year. I'm sure there will be a lot more books that I want to read, but these ones are just the books that are already on my TBR list for next year that I found on Goodreads, and it's mostly sequels or the next part in a series that I already read, because once I start a series and I like it, I have to have all the books, of course, as I know a lot of you do. I noticed that a lot of books that I really want to read are coming out in May, so I'll have to wait a few months until they are here, but I'm sure I have enough books from this year to get me through a few months of waiting. Okay, so that was it for this video. Tomorrow my next video will be up, and it will be the fairy tale in real life tag. So normally you have to do it with contemporary reads, but I don't really read enough contemporaries to do a tag about it, so I'm going to cheat a little and just use my whole book collection for this tag. So I hope you liked this video. So if you want to follow me on my blog or my Instagram, you can find the links down below in the description, and I hope to see you tomorrow for my next video.